As for why we chose this topic, it is important to mention that currently mental illness is one of the main health problems worldwide. In Colombia, it is estimated that 40.1% of the population between 18 and 65 has suffered or will suffer a mental disorder. Further, the unemployment rate of 70 to 90% of people suffering from a mental disorder in our country. For this reason, we want to know what are the specific factors that influence in this situation.
In this moment, I will tell about the research topic. Our research topic is mainly based on knowing the risk factors affect the Colombian population. In terms of unemployment of people with some mental disorder. Now I tell about its accurate summary. What are going to do mainly is the bibliography research about unemployment of people with mental disorders in Colombia, due to approximately 70 to 90% of people with some mental disorder are dismissed, and this could become a type of discrimination for these people.
The project is aimed at the Colombian population that suffers from a mental disorder and is at work age. The expectation we have with the project is to investigate what are the causes of unemployment in the type of population, identify the external and internal factors that people may have when they have a stable job or lose it. It was observed that is a little studied field of research. Therefore, there is not information, but it is useful to investigate this problem to find possible solution to the labor situation of said population. Okay, the introduction. In recent years, mental health has been the subject of national and social interest to the increasing cases of the people with some type of mental disorder joining the high unemployment rates in this population. On the other hand, the mental disorder produce a series of symptoms that prevent people suffering from any disorder from developing effectively in society, having difficult not only in personal adaptation but also in family, social, interpersonal, educational, and work. For this reason, we want to investigate this use, where one of the biggest limitations will be the search for updated information to the little approach and confrontation of the issues by Colombia.
I am going to talk about referential framework. We have four concepts in this part: mental health, unemployment, the adjustment, and trigger factors. Um, for us, um, this choose was very important because these topics um, was very relationship with our investigation topic, in special with the mental disorders and the job in Colombia. In the problem statement, According to the WHO, the number of people with depression is very high. If we take into account that we speak only of one disorder, it could be said that the prevalence of others is much higher. It is also important to point out that unemployment is a factor for this submit. It is necessary to take the fact that being part and in some way providing productivity to society affects health. Given the about the high unemployment rate in Colombia for people with mental disorders that between 70 and 90%, we want to identify what are the triggers of the one unemployment rate.
Okay, the justification of our work is divided in three important parts. First in all is social significance, and such as the World Health Organization in the year 2030, the Sustainable Development Goals say that we have to promote the mental health, and some experts say that get a job improve the mental health in people. And the problem is that in Colombia and worldwide, we have a high rate of unemployment in people with mental disease. Secondly, disciplinary significance is about nursing and how physical therapy can create new and old strategies and intervention in this kind of population. And finally, the theoretical significance is with the Bronfenbrenner theory, because with this we can study interaction between the environment features and the person with mental disease.
Now, taking into account the previous information, we propose as objective general identify the risk factor of high rate of unemployment in Colombian people with mental disorders. And based on this, we propose the following specific objectives. Determine the risk factors that increase the unemployment rate of people with mental illness in the world through a literature review. To enunciate the sociodemographic characteristics of the Colombian population with mental illness. To correlate the previous results of the risk factors with the features of the Colombian population. And finally, to analyze risk factors in Colombia based on the ecological theory of Bronfenbrenner.
Theoretical framework. In the different studies with the studies of Graham Chernikov et al., Claire Graham et al., Anderson, Bambra et al. Say in their articles the relation between mental illness and unemployment, and they explain the importance of knowing this relation and the work with this aspect for to get better the quality of life of people with mental illness. According to the information of the review articles, it's important that the people work in this aspect because if all people know this relation, it's more easy for people to reduce the adverse effects for the discrimination in these people, and if these people have worked the symptoms of your mental illness, would have less strength with this, and the stigma, the social stigma, reduced, and the quality of life for people with mental illness will be better.